The humidity is back and so is the fuzz. But I'm so excited today to be talking to you about the best accessory trends of spring 2025. Oh my goodness. So many cute bags and shoes and jewelry to talk about in today's video. Welcome. If you're new here, my name is Netta. I am a personal stylist. My whole focus is helping women over 50 love what they wear every single day, because I think better days through style is it just gives us something that we can do every morning that is a positive thing for ourselves and that can set us up for a really good day. So that sounds like something you're interested in. I would love it and be honored if you would consider subscribing at the end of this video. So of course I'm going to share a couple of my resources. Definitely check out my brand new Style Confidence Club. We are having fabulous weekly workshops. We just talked about how to style your clothes in a recent video. And then also check out my brand new Updated for Spring Modern Classics Wardrobe Guide. So if you want a foundation for building your wardrobe for spring 2025, I would definitely consider checking that out. Okay, let's get into it because I have a lot to cover and I do not want this video to be 2 hours long. So we're going to start with one of my favorite trends, which is the new Peep Toe. We haven't seen Peep Toe shoes in a really, really long time. Every time I see someone share a Peep Toe shoe, I'm like, that's not in style, that's not in style. They've been out of style for a long time. But of course, when trends return, they look a little bit different. So we're seeing, and we saw Peep Toes on the runways at Tory Burch, at Jean Battista Valley, at Prada, at Miu Miu. They were everywhere, and they look a little bit different than they have in seasons past. So first of all, often the opening for the Peep Toe is really, really tiny. Sometimes they're asymmetrical Peep Toes. I'm seeing sling back Peep Toes. I'm seeing metallic Peep Toes. And we're just really seeing an updated and fresh shoe silhouette this season after multiple seasons of the same type of style. So it's really nice to see something a little bit different. So Peep Toes are a fabulous spring and summer look and something you might want to consider checking out if you're updating your shoes for spring. So I'm excited about the new Peep Toe. The second trend I want to talk about is the floppy hat. We saw so many hats. Now, hats are always trending for spring, summer, but they are extra trendy this season. And honestly, this is one of the most practical styles to invest in. And hats are one of those things that can really be personality pieces. They can complete your outfits. We know that outfits in spring and summer tend to be a little bit simpler. And so if you're looking for that finishing piece and it's not going to be a jacket, you're looking for that completer piece and it's not going to be a jacket or a coat because it's warmer out, consider a hat. It's great for covering up fuzzy hair. It's great for bad hair days. It's great, but it's also really great for protecting your skin from the sun. So it's really a very practical and stylish trend. If you pick a hat that flatters you and is neutral enough to go with a lot of your outfits, and just wear it all the time. Wear it all, and you don't have to take it off when you're inside. You don't. We're ladies. We don't have to take our hats off. So I love the floppy hat trend. We saw oversized ones and then some more moderate ones, but really the trend is pretty oversized. So again, they're chic, they're stylish. I just think they're just a fabulous trend for 2025. Okay, the next trend, this is not really a trend, but they're calling it a trend. It's the Ladylike Handbag, especially the top handle bag. We've seen these for several years. But the thing is that this season, they're very, very classic. They look like something that Jackie O would carry. They're not, we do have some more modern silhouettes, but this specific style that I'm talking about is a very classic. So think like the Mark Cross box bag or the Kelly bag, that very structured, very ladylike classic bag silhouette with a top handle. So we saw these from every brand, and what I like about these is that if this style appeals to you or this type of bag appeals to you, it's a great investment because these are styles that, even though they're currently trending, never go out of style. It truly is a classic bag. Okay, the next trend, this is one that I am so excited about and I absolutely love. It's a kiss lock bag. And this was primarily seen, but has blown up. It was primarily seen on the Coach runways, and we've already seen Sarah Jessica Parker carrying it. But this is a vintage inspired, so it's got that metal frame and the kiss lock closure. So kind of like a vintage coin purse. I love it. I love it. I think these are so stinking cute. They're so cute. Coach is absolutely having a moment this season. They've had a huge glow up, as the kids would call it, the last couple of years, and so has Miu Miu. And you're going to see both of those brands, their accessory trends are really kind of the leaders for spring 2025. They both just did what they did super, super well. So yeah, these Kiss Lock bags with the vintage frames. But the thing is, when you think of a coin purse, you think of something this big. These are not this big. They're this big. They're massive. So some of them are normal size and relatively small. Some of them are huge, but there is that metal framed vintage inspired bag. There's one for everybody, and I just absolutely love these. Okay, the next trend is oversized sunglasses, like huge sunglasses. Another trend that is super, super practical. So again, we need eye protection. I can't drive without sunglasses anymore. I don't even know how I ever used to, but like the glare just gets me. So we need sunglasses, but also sunglasses are like, you put them on, you could be 20, you could be 40, who knows? Nobody knows, because sunglasses are so flattering and really de-aging. And so we're seeing major, large statement-making sunglasses. Again, style and sun protection in one. Like what? It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. So we saw them at Armani, at Chloe, at Saint Laurent, at Prada, Ralph Simons. So we saw a lot of really like futuristic, almost like space age looking. I'm saying space age, and we probably are in the space age, but you know what I mean? Like really futuristic, what you would see in a movie about the future. If it was a science fiction movie, that kind of sunglass, you know what I mean? I'm gonna pop up a couple of pictures. And then we also saw asymmetric lens sunglasses, which were really funky and different. Some with like a scarf head wrap attached. That was just a different look. Loewe had like reflective aviator style sunglasses. And then it was just, tortoiseshell being a major sunglass trend. Tortoiseshell is such a fabulous and iconic and classic sunglass look. So you're going to want to choose the sunglasses that really flatter your face shape, but going for a larger sunglass is going to offer you more sun protection and also more drama and more style. Who doesn't need that? I only want drama in my style, not drama in my life. Okay, the next is comfy flats. I know many of you are going to be super, super excited, especially after I just talked about Peep Toe heels, to learn that there are a million types of comfy flats in style in spring 2025. So we're going to see a lot of comfy flats. So what styles and what updates are in this category? The first is what I call the slipper. It is a flat slip-on mule. I actually have several of these already. I have a couple of pairs from Vivaya. I have a pair from Kenneth Cole. I love these. I wear these a lot in spring and summer because they're easy and breezy and comfortable. I'm always kicking my shoes on and off when I'm going in and out of the house. So they really do look like a house slipper, but they're in more elevated materials like leather, of course, like metallics. There are some that are embellished. So the slipper style is one of the key flat shoe trends of spring 2025. Another shoe trend that is a flat is a sleeker loafer. So these are loafers often without the band at the top that look a little bit more streamlined, a little more minimalist, and a little bit more modern than the loafers that we've already had loafers. And those loafers aren't going anywhere. The chunky sole loafers, the lug sole loafers, the classic loafers, the Sam Edelman Lorraine loafers, or the Gucci horsebit loafers, they're not going anywhere, but they're now joined by these new sleek loafers. Another trend along these lines is a boat shoe. Not a huge boat shoe person. I just think they're a little clunky, but I feel like they're for boating, right? But no, boat shoes are also now for trending and for being stylish. So if you like boat shoes, you're going to see them trending this season a lot. We're also seeing ballet flats return, but the newest ballet flat is going to have a very square toe. So again, I'm going to continue to wear my older ballet flats. You should continue to wear your older ballet flats if you have those. But if you're shopping for a new one this season and you want something fresh, consider a really squared off, kind of dramatic square toe on your ballet flat. And then another trend which is tied to these flats is we're seeing a lot of suede for spring summer in the flat shoe category. So what's like suede has been a spring and summer fabric for the last several seasons. At one point, many of us just considered suede a wintertime fabric. That is not the case anymore, and you're going to see it all over footwear for spring. Okay. The next trend I want to talk about is ties and laces. So we're seeing lace-up details and tie details on clothing, but we're also seeing it on accessories. There's some really cool shoes that, like, you know, they're flat and they lace up on the top, or they've got laces along that go up the leg, ribbons and ties, all sorts of kind of lace-inspired details, and I think they are so pretty and so feminine. So they can be either feminine, they can be edgy, some of them look preppy, depending on the different type. So lace-up boots and flats are like really kind of taking over for spring and are a major trend. What's great is that those of you who your feet slip out of shoes sometimes, these are adjustable so we can get a little bit of a better fit. We saw these on the runways at Chanel, at Chloe, at Johnny. There's so many different versions of this trend and they look so many different ways. At Chanel, models walked out in like these really high platforms that were cap-toed, and they had like the lace-up detail on all that went all the way up a leg. I love that. They also had laced up booties a lot, so we're seeing those for spring. And then Chloe showed these really beautiful crisscross kind of ballet flats. They're like lace-up flats that were just beautiful. Ferragamo showed them. Just saw a lot of lacing and tie detail and ribbon detail on shoes this season, and I love it. Okay. The next trend is silver jewelry. Now, gold isn't going anywhere, so just keep in mind with these trends, these are just the new things that are coming in. This does not mean that the things that we've been wearing are out. I'm slowly starting to embrace silver, but I'm still very much having a gold moment, so I'll see how much I dive into this. But silver jewelry, and especially for those of you with cool coloring, if silver is your metal, you're gonna have so many cool options. So we're seeing like long pendant necklaces in silver. We're seeing really sleek, modern, like kind of polished silver, and then we're also seeing more hammered looking silver pieces, and it's just such a stylish metallic that can incorporate into a lot of the other accessory and trend elements in spring 2025. Okay. Animal prints and animal motifs. How happy am I? How happy I am. Okay, so not only are we seeing animal motifs show up in jewelry and in bags and in shoes, so we're talking about like huge necklaces with like an animal design on them, bracelets and earrings with like actual animals, like shaped, not actual animals. They're not live animals. They're like, it's like the shape of a cheetah hanging from your ear or your neck or whatever. So they're animal motifs on everything. We're seeing them on prints, but we're seeing them in accessories. We're seeing them in brooches, which I'm going to talk about. We're seeing them in earrings. We're seeing them in necklaces. We're seeing them all over. But we're also seeing animal prints and a return to animal prints on accessories like more than ever. So animal prints have been trending for the last couple of years. That's not new. What is new is seeing the plethora of animal prints showing up on shoes and bags and other accessories. So I am obsessed with that. We're seeing bold animal prints, particularly leopard patterns in shoes, and I'm finally going to be able to update my leopard shoes for spring 2025 because I've been looking for a new pair of leopard shoes and not finding exactly what I want for the last couple of months. And so this is going to be so cool. So not only do they add like a fun and playful touch, but it's a whimsical, creative touch that you can add to accessories, whether you're choosing direct animal motifs or whether you're just leaning into the prints. I love them. Okay, button earrings. I haven't seen button earrings like this since like 1988, right? These are very classic. We've already seen kind of the bold, the 1980s bold earring look kind of return, but now we're really seeing, I saw these a lot at Chanel, the bold like button earrings. And I remember a girl in college wearing these, and I remember always thinking, oh, that's so cool. That's so sophisticated. And we're seeing that kind of cool button earring style come back. Like I said, I saw it a lot at Chanel. And what's cool about these is if you do not wear drop earrings are huge. Statement earrings in general that are really long are also a major trend. But if that's not for you, or if it's not practical or not comfortable for you, button earrings are a great way to keep the focus up here above the jawline and minimize the focus of whatever is happening in our lower jaw and neck area, which we know is a problem for many of us. So they're a really flattering earring silhouette. So button earrings, really stylish this season. They don't have to be from Chanel. You're going to see them everywhere. Next is handmade and handcrafted accessories. So whether they're actually handmade and handcrafted or whether they just look handmade and handcrafted, we're seeing things that look like your grandmother made them for you. And I love this. They're very vintage inspired, very layered, very detailed, very eclectic, very, in some cases they're very romantic and feminine. In some cases they're more, a little bit more boho looking, but we're seeing artisanal handcrafted bags that look really unique and have a lot of craftsmanship to them, hand embroidered pieces, intricate designs and patterns. It's just such a beautiful aesthetic. And again, we're seeing this primarily on bags, but we're also seeing it on other accessories, including jewelry, including scarves, including shoes. So craftsmanship and unique touches are everywhere. And I just love, love, love this. This is a great opportunity to shop secondhand or vintage. So if you are a thrift shopper, a vintage shopper, or a secondhand shopper, you want to go find a little kiss lock clutch with embroidery on it. My mom has one. I might want to borrow that from her. Like a kiss lock clutch with hand embroidery on it. Something with like that looks like little flowers are appliqued on it. Like pieces like that, you're going to be able to pick those up for nothing at thrift and consignment stores, and they're going to add a really unique and artistic element to your outfits. Okay, bucket bags. Bucket bags are everywhere, but they look different than bucket. This is the case with all of these trends. They look different than when they were trending before. So we're seeing all sorts of interesting shapes in bucket bags, but it is that distinctive bucket bag trend where it's cylindrical, right? And it's got the opening at the top, of course, and then it looks like a cup. And so bucket bags of every shape, of every description, of every kind of size, of every scale, not of every shape because it's a bucket shape, but whatever. So they're really versatile, and this is a trend that's carrying over from last year. But they're cool because you really can dress these up and down a little bit more easily. They're practical because they're easy to access. But there's a bucket bag out there for everybody. And I have I did not mention this, full spring accessories catalog where I'm going to link multiple iterations of these accessory trends at multiple price points. So you can shop these trends in your budget. Okay, pearl accessories. Again, this is something that has been happening for years. For the last 2-3 years, we've seen a lot of pearls. We're seeing a lot more pearls this season. So we're seeing like long pearl eyeglass, what are the straps that you use to hold your eyeglasses on or your sunglasses on. We're seeing those straps in pearls. We're seeing oversized pearl jewelry, which I love. I've just bought a couple of pairs of really oversized dramatic statement pearl earrings. We're seeing pearl necklaces, and truly the scale is all over the place. So there's oversized and there's subtle in each of these. So earrings can be big or small, necklaces can be big or small. We're seeing the classic pearls return with modern outfits, and that's an easy way to update. If you've got a string of pearls in your wardrobe like I do, just wear it with your modern outfits and it's going to look really fresh this season. So pearls, everything. We're also seeing pearl beaded and embellished clothes, but I'm trying to stay focused on accessories. We're all beautiful hair accessories and hats and headbands with pearl embellishment. It's on everything. Okay, the next thing is statement belts. So what do statement belts look like? They are like belts with detail. So in the last year or so, we saw really sleek and minimal belts with just sculptural buckles, but now we're seeing where the entire belt is embellished. And we know we've started seeing that creep in, but we're seeing chain style belts. We're seeing, oversized belts. We're seeing slim belts. They're all over the place, but they all just make a statement. They've all got detail on them. So they're functional and decorative, which I love. And you know how I feel about like belts. They can really be an instant outfit transformer and add a lot of flattery to your look. So I'm going to share, a couple pictures of belts up here, but you're just going to see, they're just going to run. We're seeing a lot of metal belts. We're seeing a lot of like leather belts with lots of metal details on them. I'm sure we're going to see some embroidered belts, which I would absolutely love. My mom made an embroidered belt in the 60s that I have in my wardrobe, and maybe one of these days I'll be able to get it back on again. It is such a beautiful belt, but it is so, so, so tiny. Okay, the next trend is brooches. Brooches. I was recently on a call with a client. We were discussing her personality pieces, and she pulled out a brooch. It was a bird I believe, a parrot or something. She pulled out a brooch that was in her mother's collection that she now has. And she was like, could this be a personality piece? And I was like, absolutely. But I've become obsessed with brooches. I've never been into brooches. But now I'm like, oh my gosh, they're so cool. How did I miss this opportunity in the past to add interest to simple pieces? Like if I put a brooch on with this, like how cool would that look? I used to collect cameo brooches, so I'm going to bring those out again. But really, this is an opportunity to find, again, to go to thrift stores and vintage stores and consignment stores and find the cool, the quirky, the oversized, the interesting brooches and add them to your outfits, add them to your bags, add them to your lapels, add them to your jeans, add them wherever you feel like you could use a little personality. And really, this can be a treasure hunt for us. Like, let's go on a treasure hunt together and find some brooches that speak to our personal style where you see it and you're like, oh my gosh, that's the prettiest thing I've ever seen, or I absolutely love that. Those are the brooches that we want to be leaning into in spring, summer 2025. They're going to add so much fun, so much whimsy, so much personality to our outfits. So in case you can't tell, I'm very excited about that one. The next trend is bold collars. So these are both necklaces and collars on clothes. So detachable statement collars, they're being incorporated into outfits. What's really cool is that these can give your outfits a completely different look. So if you're a sewer and you've got some basic pieces and you want to add some really interesting collars to your outfits, then this is a great little trend that can really kind of quickly transform how your clothes are looking. And then there's also collar necklaces. And so we're seeing really bold, strong statement making geometric shaped collared necklaces, just really strong collar necklaces, more delicate collar necklaces. So it's really just all about that bold collar look. I love it. I think it's a different twist than we've had in the last couple of years and can just give us a fresh look. The final trend I want to talk about is lace tights and socks. So first, tights. Tights have been trending for the last couple of years, but for spring, summer, we're seeing lace tights. And when I saw these, my jaw dropped. I was like, it's the prettiest thing I've ever seen. It's the prettiest thing I've ever seen. I am going to start wearing lace tights. This is how I feel about brooches too. I'm like, have I missed a unique and new shopping opportunity? Why have I not been buying lace tights forever? How pretty and feminine and romantic are these for spring, summer? And especially for those of you who do need to, for practical reasons, it's cooler, and when Easter rolls around or whatever spring weddings and spring events start rolling around and you want to cover your legs, try lace tights. They're not just for brides anymore. They're just beautiful. And they come in, of course, in white and black, but they also come in colors. Like I saw them in red and in that crocus color. Lace tights, you guys, lace tights. Okay, am I going crazy? I am obsessed with these. Comment below and let me know whether you think lace tights are like the prettiest, most fun, most romantic, most feminine, coolest trend for spring 2025, or whether you're like, I don't know what she's going on about. I will never wear lace on my legs. I want to know if you're team lace tights or team no lace tights. If you're not on the lace tights team, maybe you might like its counterpart, and that's fun socks. Fun socks. Again, we've seen this a little bit. We've seen crew socks take over where we had no-show socks for years. We've seen crew socks take over. Now we're seeing like kind of statement and personality socks. These have already been popular with like the kids, but we're seeing like everything from like little soft feminine trim on a neutral pair of minimal socks to something with a bold pattern with textures, all different lengths from knee socks to ankle socks to mid-calf socks. There's just a lot of ways to have fun with socks. Now we can kind of incorporate both of these trends, like combine them and do maybe like a knee high and lace to go with your footwear. Like maybe you want to wear ballet flats, but it's still a little cold. Like maybe you do a knee high and maybe it's lace and maybe it's a color, like, right? Who am I to tell you how to wear it? Like, this is all about self-expression, and that's one of the things I love so much about accessories. Really gives us an opportunity to express our personal style. So the bucket bag that you choose, the brooch that you choose, the earrings that you choose, the shoes that you choose, those are all going to be different than the ones that I choose. And that's the power of personal style and the power of accessorizing. And this is why I feel like if you are just like, I'm going to sit this season out in terms of shopping for clothes, don't sit out the season when it comes to accessories. Accessories accessories are where it's at this season. They're really going to lift and modernize all of your outfits, and more importantly, they're going to make them feel more like you. So accessories are the area of our wardrobes where we get the lowest cost per use, where we can wear these pieces across many different outfits and instantly update a wardrobe of old favorites. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give this video a like, and please subscribe so we can continue to hang out. Love you guys. I'll see you in the next one.